Ones Who Live, episode 5, now out. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the newest episode of The Walking Dead, Rick Grimes Michonne show, The Ones Who Live, is now out on AMC Plus for you guys to go and check out. And look, last week's episode I thought was the best episode, if not one of the best episodes of Walking Dead, period. It was just such a good character study and a really in-depth look into the Rick character and where he has come from and how they broke him down. The writing was absolutely out of this world great. So good. Now we come into this episode, episode 5, the second last episode of this series. We only have one more to go. So the idea of this episode is to set things in motion, to really give us an idea of where we're going for that season finale. Now, majority of this episode was something that I was not expecting to get. Like, I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting to get this, but this episode really dives into the character, not of Rick, not of Michonne, but of Anne. And now, you guys may not know her as Anne, but you know her as Jadis. Yes, the garbage lady, the scrapyard lady. Well, we dive into her character in this episode quite a lot, and we figure out that she's actually been meeting with someone from Alexandria this whole entire time. While she's had Rick with her there, she's been going and visiting one person. And it was great to see our boy, Gabriel, back. And yeah, so Jadis was meeting up with Gabriel this whole entire time. And what I love is that the way that they contrast and cut and edited this up to show you one side of her and then the other side of her. And so what they did really well is, as she's chasing Rick and Michonne, she's trying to kill them to end it, you start to see like this character, Anne, as she's known at the that place, whatever, RCM or whatever it's called. The really, really bad people. We'll just call them that. Well, we get to see Anne, that character, the character that is willing to do anything to keep them secret. She's willing to kill anyone. Doesn't matter. Use anyone. Use whatever she has to do in order to keep it all flowing nice and smooth, because she is so invested in them. But then as you're watching that, we get flashback sequences of her meeting up every single year with Gabriel. And each conversation with Gabriel, you start to see that there's two people inside of this one person. There's Anne and there's Jadis. And that is the whole idea of what Gabriel's trying to do, is trying to figure out who she is, trying to tell her, look, because she says to Gabriel every single year, like, as it progresses, she's like, I keep doing worse stuff. I keep doing unimaginable things that I need to do in order to keep my colony safe. It's what I have to do. And I can't give you my supplies. I can't do that because deep down, she doesn't want Alexandria to crash and burn. She doesn't want all that to fall apart. But she also doesn't want to fall apart because she feels so connected. And as you watch and you progress and you see her character really start to unravel, you get to this beautiful moment where all she wanted was to feel safe and accepted. That's all she was really truly after. And she says it really, really well when she's talking to Rick and Michonne there on her deathbed about, she wants to keep everything safe. She just wants the world. She believes that this place can save everyone. But at the time, in the back of her mind, she doesn't also believe that. So it's this really interesting deep dive into this character that I did not expect we were going to get. And look, for this character, I think it was a fitting conclusion. We got to see the brutality of her. We got to see her, show a softer side. And I like that. I like when they go in and dive into the villains. Like, there's so many villains that you see that. Like, for instance, Negan was one of them, where they went back and did his backstory. We see how tragic his story was. Doesn't, justify why he did what he did, but it gives you an idea to why he became that person. And I love when they did that. So this gave you some more stuff on Anne, Jadis, whatever you want to call her, one of the two. Gave us that closure to that character. We also got to meet these other people who had this very tragic death because, one of them was just a complete a-hole. And I love that moment where they're trying to hold up Rick and Michonne. And I'm just sitting there like, bruh, You got no idea who you're trying to hold up. And they get shut down. But what I love is the savagery of Michonne. After they give him noodles, and then they pull the gun on him, and when they steal the guns off him, she takes the noodles back. She ain't getting no noodles. You pulled a gun on me. That was hilarious. And you know what? I still find it. Look, I still find it funny that how long's it been since the whole world went to crap? The first zombie apocalypse began. What was it? It would have been like 10, 11, 12 years ago or something like that. Like, it was a long time ago. How are they still finding a new packet of 2-minute noodles and stuff like that? Like, how are they still finding these prestige packet things? And then Rick's there drinking like a soft drink by the looks of it, like a Sprite sort of drink or something. I'm sitting there like, where do you find this stuff? It's been like 10 years. Like, where does this all come? I mean, that's just like a little nitpick thing of like, kind of like, aesthetically, like, you know, they do it in The Walking Dead as well. They do it in and I'm just sitting there kind of like, it's been 10 years. I don't know if that would be still a thing, but hey, it is what it is. That's just a little nitpick. But look, the action was great as well. The zombies, man. Let's talk about the walkers in this one, bro. Somehow they combined with Rock. And I'm sitting there like, okay, this is the stuff that I wanted to see in The Walking Dead. Because we saw it in season 11 with these new walkers that could climb and open doors and stuff like that. And I was like, that's a really cool concept and really cool idea that should have been introduced seasons ago. But instead, they introduced it in the last part of the last season. And I'm sitting there like, well, that's a waste, isn't it? Now we have these other ones that are infusing with Rock because of the location they're in. That's a really cool idea and a really cool concept that would make for a very, very unique scenario that could have been utilized a lot earlier, in my opinion, because I've got sick and tired of like humans fighting humans all the time. It's like, kind of like, can we adapt these zombies and see them adapt and how they actually can do it? But that was cool, man. The makeup design and like the effects and that, brilliant, fantastic. But this episode set up the season finale brilliantly. It gave us what the plan is now, what Rick and Michonne are gonna do in the season finale. Whether or not that's a good idea, I don't know. We're only gonna get 6 episodes, but I feel like this is gonna be a long season finale because I believe the Daryl series, it's got like a 2-hour or something like that season finale. So I'm kind of thinking this is gonna be like a 2-hour one as well. I think of an hour and a half minimum, because otherwise it's just gonna feel rushed because there's still so much that they need to do here, and I feel like that's what they're gonna do. I feel like they're gonna do that. They're gonna make a big long season finale, and you know what? I'm all there for it because it seems like it's gonna be an insane epic conclusion, and I'm interested to see how Rick and Michonne handle this. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Did you guys love it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.